And I mean, the way that I see it, it's really about the unwinding of the belly. It's about bringing this awakening into the lower chakras, which are very, I mean, when you look at the bottom 3 chakras, it's power, 3rd chakra. 2nd chakra is creativity, so there's sensuality, sexuality. It's like intense closeness and power as well. And the root is the body, and again, it's security, so it's super powerful. It's grounded, embodied. Which, I mean, I think traditional Advaita, that's the bottom end of it. That's the embodied Advaita. There's the high rarefied realization, and then there's a translation of bringing that into life. Which is, the Eastern flavors of this don't always sort of push it to that level. It's one of the reasons why I like to have a picture of Christ here at Satsang, is I look to him as a very embodied, grounded manifestation and embodiment right here on the ground. It's all the rarefied realizations of the East, but it doesn't need all that jargon. It just has one word: love and be and engage. And it has this quality that you're saying. I mean, you mentioned there's this engagement, but it's not sticky. This is the essence of awakened living, awakened relationship. It's super engaged, it's fully engaged. So you're bringing your freedom. The freedom is translating that you don't hold back. You don't need to protect. You can give yourself fully. In the past you couldn't, because when there's an identity, you have to hold some back. There has to be some protection. Because if you put yourself out there too far, you're going to get too hurt. So you can't give 100%. But you're speaking about a place where you're translating your freedom to allow the heart to stay open, even in the face of getting hurt. And the dance, the ecstatic dance, is a beautiful, because you have this internal process, and you can be free, and you can fully allow yourself to engage on whatever level you want to, and it's a safe environment. You can fully engage, and then, like you say, it's a good practice because you can just unhook. And that's, again, the translation of the freedom into awakened living and relationship. How quickly can you unhook? Fully engaged and fully detached. So the engagement is that you're there 100%. You're not holding back. And of course there's a wisdom, but the wisdom doesn't need to be from a sense of protection. It's more, you see through your experience over time, well, this works and this doesn't. It's not about protecting, but that's just when you see that, doing this equals that, well, you stop doing it. That's simple. But you stay open, you stay open. And it's very powerful. That love is very powerful. And then it's the moment it's done, then it's let go of. That's the detachment. It's not cold, because you're willing to engage the next moment with full on again. But you know that the only way that you can engage the next moment full on is by letting go of the past moment full on. So you're 100% engaged, and then the moment that dissolves, you let go and you fully engage to the next moment. You breathe in and you breathe out, and you breathe in and you breathe out, and you breathe in and you breathe out. And likewise, I really like the dynamic and transformative aspect of dance, partly because it's nonverbal, so you don't get lost in all the mind stuff, and especially when you can get to the place where it's almost as if you're using it for its wind value. You're tapping into the collective energetic field, and then the moment leaves and chaff gets thrown off, as you were saying, you're at a place where you don't need to necessarily engage it very deeply. You just see it as chaff. And especially in a non-verbal environment, whether sound comes out, or it doesn't even have to be sound. You can just let that energy unwind through your body. Very powerful. Because again, the belly, the lower chakra stuff is non-verbal. Completely non-verbal. That's why the traditional techniques in Advaita, they don't tap into this deep pre-verbal unconscious. This has always been and continues to be, for the most part, the work of psychotherapy that has an understanding of the unconscious. It knows that there's ways to tease your way into it. You can't go in there with your mind. You can't go in there with adult mind anyways. It's still mind, but it's a completely different lexicon, you could say. It's more just pure energetic. It's archetypal, but it's powerful. And that's why it's repressed. In religion, intrapsychically, it's repressed because it's so powerful. And that's the way we've tried to control it. Just keep it locked away. Lock away the sexuality, all these powerful energies. We can't control them, so lock them away. But eventually, this is going to go down to this level. And to make it through is, I mean, when you mention like this, you had these words, sensuality, sexuality. This is really what being human's about. Tapping into that in a detached, unsticky way. That's always been the problem, is that they're so sticky. They have the potential to be so sticky and so delusive because they're so needy. They're so like this. But when that loosens up, it's just beauty. It is sensuality. It's beauty. Beauty. It's very embodied. Body. That's where it's seen the body is holy. Not just as a concept. It's like, wow. It's just awe.